Previously on Squad Sprint.
There are 6 rounds to go in the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint. Just 12 points cover the top 2 in the standings. And there's a battle for the lead. It's Isa going side by side with Eternal Veloce, and John Isa Harris holds the ground at the moment. It's a wide entry into this corner. You can dive up the inside, and Donny again with a huge lunge. Danny tried the same lunge, and now the two of them make contact. But Storm is still holding on. Surely surprised with the inside line. Will make the move. James goes even later on the brakes. Incredibly, there's no major contact. And Veloce Formula Danny strengthens his grip at the top of the championship. He wins here at the Circuit of the Americas. Hello everyone, and welcome along to round number 18 of the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint. We've arrived at a racetrack you and I all love. That's right, it's the Spa-Francorchamps circuit here in the heart of the Ardennes Forest in Belgium. Well, it's 7 kilometres and with 20 corners, it's the longest circuit on the calendar, and it also has some of the best corners in the world, like Eau Rouge, Blanchimont and the bus stop. After his win stateside, Formula Danny has tightened his grip on the championship lead, but in Belgium, the barriers can bite. 1 step forward can quite easily mean 2 steps back. Let's take a look at today's starting grid. Nitin starts on pole, with Aarava joining him on the front row. P3 for John Isa Harris after that great showing in Kota, with Joe Eternal Wilkes in 4th. Alexander Donner then lines up in 5th, with the Frenchman Storm in P6. It's 7 for Tom Martinez. Veloce's prize drops down to P8 on the grid. It's 9 for Photon, with Veloce James starting 10th. And on the back row, it's Sally and Formula Danny, the championship leader. Remember folks, you can vote for your driver of the day by letting us know in the comments section below. But now it's time to get down to business. 5 red lights coming on, 5 rounds to go in the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint, and we are racing here in Belgium. It's a great start from Aarava. He steams up the inside and swoops into the lead as they go through La Source. Behind that we've got total chaos. Tom off the road there, James involved with I think Veloce Isa as well. Going through Eau Rouge they go. Look how close they are. They're banging wheels and there's a crash. Off goes the Ferrari of Donny Aden, and Nitin immediately on the opening lap as now Joe lines up a move on Aarava as they go into the braking zone at the top of the hill. But Aarava holds on and claims an unlikely lead here in the squad sprint. Could this be Aarava's day to shine? He's had a poor season up till now, but now he leads on the opening lap out of 5 as Eternal Veloce gets a little bit of a nudge there. As we go back on board with Formula Danny, the championship leader, having a fantastic start to this race, getting his way through the trouble. That's exactly what he needs. Keep it clean from now on in, and he should be the first ever squad sprint champion. Eternal Veloce there in P2, who had that moment in the middle of the lap a few moments ago, now fighting with Storm, who was nibbling at the rear end of that Toro Rosso. And as they go through Stavolo for the first time, it's Aarava with a 1.2 second lead. Goodness me. That'll please a few of the viewers, that's for sure. As we go on board with Veloce James as he goes side by side with Photon. He's sandwiched in between the 2 Hungarian drivers. He slides past Photon, now lining up Formula Danny as they go through Blanchimont. Huge off there. 1 car off into the wall. I think it was Veloce Storm as James flies into the braking zone. Nearly collects Joe and Sally as Danny tries to find a way around the outside. Side by side he goes with Veloce James on the run down of turn 1 as we start the second lap. Sally on the attack. Is he going to go past Joe? It looks like it. He forces him wide onto the curb, and Danny should also breeze past Joe up into P3. Now the hunt is on to catch Aarava, who's out in front at the moment. Sally looks to be ghosting there. And through goes Formula Danny up into P2. Now look at James, he's got a fantastic run. He's boxed in though. Surely he's got nowhere to go. He finds a gap down the middle, but he can't make any move stick. And Formula Danny looks to be strengthening his grip on the title race. He moves up into P2. Sally down to 3rd. And Veloce James in 4th as Photon now has a look up the inside of Eternal Veloce. Well, we're only on lap 2 out of 5, but this has been an epic start to round number 18 of the squad sprint. Spa-Francorchamps delivering once again. Surprise now on the inside of Joe through the left-hander of Pujon, which it probably is in these cars the most challenging corner on the racetrack. They're still side by side, light contact between them. Surprise runs wide and just about gets the move done as Tom 97 HD gets involved in the background now. He's right in here in this battle, and we now go on board with the Ferrari driver, making up for lost time at the start on lap 2 out of 5. Into the slipstream he goes behind Joe as they go sweeping through the left-hander of Blanchimont. We had Storm bouncing off into the barrier on the previous lap. Thankfully, no repeat as they go into the braking zone for the bus stop chicane. Look how late Tom is on the brakes. He sweeps round the outside, and that is a beautiful move by Tom. And I'm sure you guys watching would have loved that one from Tom. And he moves up another place. Let's have a replay at the start. On board with Tom, in fact, into that first corner. Aarava getting a great launch, making his move at the start. There's Tom being punted off into the wall on the exit of La Source. Not quite span 1998 levels of carnage, but carnage nonetheless. This is what happened to Niren on the way up through Eau Rouge. We've seen he and Dornier fly off into the barrier. This is why Niren seems to lose the rear on his own, actually. And he and Dornier go in together. Whether Dornier collect him or not, we'll never know, because we don't have Dornier on board. But it certainly looked like Niren was losing the car on the way up the hill anyway, didn't it? Let us know what you thought. Do you think Dornier touched him? Yes or no? Tell us in the comment section below, as Aarava, who has been doing so well in this race, looks as if he's about to come up against a tough customer in Veloce Formula Danny. Remember, Danny in a championship fight doesn't really want to be involved in any incidents, but he's got a fantastic run. He's going round the outside as the Hungarian, and he breezes past Aarava up into the lead of the race. Is this a decisive moment in the championship for the Hungarian driver? He looks like he's going to stretch his lead even further, but Aarava tried his best. The DRS was there, Danny used it, and Aarava couldn't fight it, and he drops down to second, but still a good opportunity for Aarava to get a strong result from this race. Next up on the radar, Veloce James, and we know how strong he is, the E-Rock champion, attacking Aarava as they run down towards the Fagnes chicane. The high speed right and left that really tests the aerodynamic ability of the cars. Of course, they're all set on equal in this series, so they should all have equal levels of downforce going through there. As James now tucks himself into the slipstream behind Aarava on lap 3 out of 5. Surely a move is coming here. He's going to go right round the outside of the McLaren driver. Beautiful stuff, Max Verstappen-esque from Veloce James, and he takes P2 away. And is he going to go a little bit deep? Yes, he is. And Aarava might fancy his chances of coming back here, but on the exit of the corner he struggles for grip, and Photon breezes through up into third place. Not to be for Aarava. He doesn't look like he's going to get his first win in the series, but he's trying to fight for it. He really is putting up a strong fight against Veloce Photon, but unfortunately he drops down into fourth place. So Danny leading at the moment from James from Photon, Aarava fourth with Sally in fifth on lap 4 out of 5 in the squad sprint. It's been a really enjoyable race out front as Photon now goes on the attack. He goes round the outside of James. Look at the speed from the McLaren Renault, and he moves up into P3, does Aarava. Well, if you've been watching Formula 1 from 2015 onwards, I've never seen a McLaren move that quickly. GP2 engine is the cry, but not in this case for Aarava. But somehow he still loses out to Sally and Veloce Surprise, and they fly past up into 4th and 5th. Aarava down to 6th, but goodness me, that McLaren had some straight line speed. Well, for you McLaren fans looking forward to the 2019 season, could that be the start of something special? Who knows? As Eterno Veloce in P9 is fighting with Storm just up the road. So a battle developing there as we approach the closing stages of this race. Also, James versus Photon, the slipstream power that these cars have is incredible going down the Kennel straight towards the end of that first sector. We could see some late moves on this final lap. Certainly one to watch. So buckle up folks, get the popcorn ready. It should be a grandstand finish here at Spa for round number 18 of 22 in the Veloce Esports squad sprint. Will the championship go to the wire? At the moment, I'm beginning to doubt it, because this man really has upped his game in the last few weeks It's now a Mercedes 1-2, a Hungarian 1-2 at the front. Danny at the helm, in the lead with Photon in P2. If he just strokes it home in this final lap, he's going to have an almost unassailable lead at the top of the standings. We're on board with Tom as he goes battling with Aarava. Many times earlier on in the series, they have been battling. If you think back to Russia, for example, when they collided during the middle of the race, what's going to happen here as Tom tucks himself into the slipstream, moves to the outside. Ferrari versus McLaren, it's like a flashback to 2007, 2008, but it's Aarava who's on top at the moment, holding off Tom, defending the inside line, and he's done the dummy, has Tom. He's switched back to the inside, going through the hairpin, and he takes the place away. That was brilliant. I'm applauding. He's seen Aarava go hot into the corner, picked a better line, hugged the apex like his favourite granny, and moved up a place ahead of Aarava. Tidy stuff from Tom. That's a second great move from him. Surely he's a contender for driver of the day today. Let us know in the comments section below who you're backing for your driver of the day as we head towards the end of this race. Veloce James, he doesn't look like he's got the measure of Photon up in front. And is Photon actually thinking about challenging his teammate? He's certainly going to have a chance here. Mercedes versus Mercedes. Flashing back to the Rosberg Hamilton days here perhaps. Photon's gaining and gaining and gaining on the final lap and the final chicane. But it's too little, too late. Formula Danny has got the champagne on ice. He's on the brink of the title now, surely. He wins here in Belgium. Photon in second. And it's Veloce James in third in what can only be described as a breathless squad sprint race. Goodness me, I enjoyed that one. Certainly one of the best of the season, without a doubt. There is the final race results from this one. Formula Danny picks up the 25 points with Photon in second in a Hungarian 1-2. Veloce James, he comes home in third place, 15 points in the bag for him. Surprise continues the fine point scoring run in fourth with 12 points. Sally came home in fifth, only 10 points for him. That's going to damage his title hopes. Tom in sixth picks up 8 points. Aarava seventh, he gets 6 points, a good showing from him. Tom in eighth with 4 World Championship points. Joe Eternal Wilkes in ninth, he picks up 2 points. And John Isa Harris again scoring points with 1 point in 10th. This is what it does though to the championship standings. Look at the lead that Formula Danny has opened up. It's a 40-point advantage in the standings with only 4 rounds to go. Is it too little, too late for Sally? I suppose we'll have to wait and see. He's in second with Veloce James in third. Veloce Alonso was fourth. He didn't appear in this episode with 182 points. Photon is in fifth. Veloce Surprise, again, we wonder what he could have done if he was here from the very start. He is sixth in the standings with Tom 97 HD, moving well ahead of Ben now by 5 points. 7th and 8th in the standings. Tom Storm Lartelo is 9th with Primero in 10th. Alexander Doneden is 11th in the standings with 53 points. Joe Eternal Wilkes is 12th with 41. And Aarava is in 13th with 34. John Isa Harris is in 14th place. He's got 31 points. And Jack Brimble McConnell moves down to 15th with 28 points. Niren remains rooted to the bottom of the standings.
Next time, round 19, Brazil.